So what's the one thing that connects every single great athlete, from ancient gladiators all the way to modern superstars? It's not just raw talent or skill. It is the engine that powers everything: physical preparation. And today, we're going to break down exactly what that is and why it's the absolute foundation of all performance.
I mean, really think about it for a second. Picture a gladiator stepping into the Colosseum, and now picture an Olympian getting ready on the starting blocks. What is the one thing, the single universal requirement that links them across thousands of years?
Well, it all comes down to this: a powerful physical foundation. That was, and it still is, the non-negotiable starting point. Back then, it wasn't just for competition, it was literally for survival.
So here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with the absolute basics, the foundation of performance. Then we'll get into the difference between general and specific training. After that, we'll dive into the 4 core abilities every athlete needs, see how they're mixed and matched for different sports, and finally, we'll talk about why this is about so much more than just muscle.
Okay, let's start at the very beginning. Let's lay that first brick. What is physical preparation, really? At its heart, it is a deliberate, almost scientific process, okay? We are not talking about just wandering into the gym and kind of lifting whatever. No, this is a planned out strategy designed to build a body that's not only going to perform at a high level, but is also going to be incredibly durable and resistant to injury.
And this is not some newfangled idea. For ancient civilizations, being physically ready was a matter of life and death. You had to hunt, you had to fight. Then the Greeks, they took it and turned it into this cultural cornerstone with the Olympic Games. And today, well, in our much more sedentary world, it's really evolved into a science, all about unlocking the absolute peak of what a human being can do.
I love this quote because it just hits the nail on the head. It's not just part of training, it's the foundational part. It is the backbone. Everything else, your skills, your strategy, your tactics, all of it is built right on top of this base.
All right, now, this whole preparation thing isn't a one-size-fits-all deal. It's actually broken down into 2 major types that have to work together perfectly to create a complete athlete.
So let me ask you this: should a marathon runner and a powerlifter train the exact same way? Of course not, right? And that brings us to a really crucial distinction in how we prepare our bodies. The best way to think about this is like building a house. First, you need general preparation. That's your big, wide, solid, concrete foundation. It's that all-around fitness that supports everything else. Then, on top of that, you build with specific preparation. That's the actual design of the house. It's tailored to the unique needs of your sport. You just can't build a strong house on a weak foundation.
So, what are the actual building blocks of that foundation? Well, it turns out they can be broken down into 4 essential pillars. These are the core abilities that pretty much every single athletic movement relies on.
And here they are: strength, speed, endurance, and mobility. Think of these like the 4 primary ingredients in any athletic recipe. Every sport just mixes them together in different amounts.
Okay, let's start with strength. And it's not just about how much weight you can lift one time. Of course, you have max strength, your 1 rep max. But then you've got power, which is all about applying strength quickly. It's the difference between slowly lifting a heavy box versus explosively throwing it. Then there's strength endurance. That's the ability to be strong again and again, like a rower pulling oar stroke after oar stroke.
Next up is speed. And yeah, it's also more than just one thing. First, you've got reaction speed, how fast you react to the starter's gun. Then there's action speed. That's how fast a single movement is, like a karate punch. And finally, you have transitional speed, which is what most of us think of as speed, just sprinting from point A to point B as fast as you can.
When it comes to endurance, you basically have 2 completely different engines in your body. Your aerobic engine is your long-distance, fuel-efficient one. It runs on oxygen, it can go for hours. But then you have your anaerobic engine. That's your turbocharged afterburner engine. It's for short, all-out bursts of effort, like a 100-meter dash, where you're just burning fuel way faster than you can supply oxygen.
And finally, we have mobility, or flexibility. And this is truly the unsung hero of athleticism. It's what allows you to move efficiently, to get into the right positions to generate power, and, so importantly, it's what helps keep you from getting injured. Without good mobility, the other 3 abilities are just fundamentally held back. So, we have our 4 core ingredients. Now, let's get back to that recipe. How do different sports actually combine these abilities to create their elite performers?
Well, take a marathon runner. For them, aerobic endurance is by far the dominant ingredient. A weightlifter? It's pretty much all about max strength. But then you get someone like a soccer player who needs a really balanced mix of everything: the speed to sprint down the field, the endurance to last for 90 minutes, and the power to kick a ball. It just goes to show you there's no single definition of what fittest means. It all depends on the game you're playing.
But here's where things get really interesting. Because as critical as all of this is for performance on the field, the true impact of physical preparation goes way beyond just the gym or the stadium.
You see, the biggest takeaway here is that a well-structured training program builds a better human. The discipline you learn forges confidence and perseverance. The intense focus sharpens your mind. Working with the team builds social bonds. And just the simple act of following rules instills values like fairness and honesty. It really is a complete, holistic development of a person.
And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Physical preparation isn't just about making your body stronger or faster. It's the art and science of building a more capable, more resilient person who's equipped with the tools to handle the challenges they're going to face, both inside and outside of the arena. So that leaves us with one final question to think about. Whether it's for a sport or whether it's just for life, what foundation are you building? Thanks so much for watching.